here. We just spoke to Nazem for the first time since Shanahan's comments. He seems to be taking it the right way. Have you noticed that he's handling everything the way you'd like him to handle it, like a pro, like you said on?
Yeah, he's showing up, doing all the things he needs to do, and he's handled it the right way, and we expected it from him, and I think it's a positive direction. We just got to keep going.
You've been around the game a long time. You must have seen similar instances in your day of young players who have to figure it out at some point in their career. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think that happens, and it happens to a lot of teams and a lot of players. And some teams don't get a chance to get people going in the right direction, and sometimes the player never becomes who he needs to be and what they expect of him. And sometimes you get players that get it, if you will, and they make that commitment to being everything they expect to be, and we expect them to be, and our expectations are got to be similar to his. And I think that's a normal thing that happens to young players around the league and new young draft picks, and they come out, they've been praised and brought up to a level where instead of earning what they need in the NHL level, they kind of get put there. And sometimes I think that young players have to have the right guidance and the right respect from all the other players.
That includes some players' relocation. There's very few times when you rehabilitate a guy within the organization.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
No, I don't agree with that. I think it all comes down to the team and the players making the commitment to get the player to where he wants to be.
So you definitely back in tomorrow night in Vancouver?
Yep.
What kind of impact can TJ Brennan have on your power play here tonight?
Well, I tell you, TJ's got a great knack. He's got a good shot. He's very smart. He's one of I think he's a very good power play guy. He offensively, he sees the ice really well. He's going to have that shooting mentality. I think that's a real positive thing. He's had little tastes here and there, and I think that it's going to be a positive now. He has to be able to defend well and do the rest of the game to maintain and stay in the NHL.
Silver lining in a dark cloud of a real tough second half of the season, getting a chance to see what some of these guys can do moving forward. And I guess if you're a Toronto Marley, maybe you're keeping your phone available?
Well, I think that's a good thing that you can get a chance. They're fighting for a playoff spot right now, and it would be good to see some of the guys as we go down here play some games and see where they are and part of the direction we're going. But we need to keep creating the same environment of how we approach the day-to-day.
I don't know how much you studied the Flames coming in here, but their characteristics of absolute dedication, hard work, to the game plan, never quit, are those things that you hope your players are watching tonight when they play the Calgary Flames? I
think they're a good young team, and Bob has got them going, all working together, as you say, and they work hard, and they're gifted offensively. Some of the players up front, and they've got good leadership, and everybody's pulling the rope at the same direction. And so, that's as a coaching staff, that's what you want to get them all pouring the same way. So Bob has done an excellent job with that.
Bernier in that tonight.
Rhymes is in that.
Coach, what do you see in terms of potential for Brandon Combs when he played as junior here and he's a real popular guy? Potential for him?
You know what? I think Brandon's played some limited time, but when he has played, I think he's done a very good job. He's used speed. And we know he was more of an offensive player when he was in junior, but he's come up and killed some penalties, and he uses some tenacious forechecking. I expect to stay with that. He wants to stay in the NHL, and he's committing to that, and he's a good young guy. So, we expect him to use that energy and that speed for us to keep, creating enough on all four lines. And so I think the fourth line for me, I could have used him more and more minutes. Sometimes when you're chasing the game or you're behind, you shorten the bench, but it's not by his play. I think he's done a very good job.